about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging or painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Nice!
Just £2 a month, you could help Patrick.
You can help
Us,
a
help
terrible,
Patrick.
yeah,
Help us, help Patrick.
to reform a millennial.
Round 2. Fight!
So, you asked a question about the Econoline.
I did.
Well, you didn't actually about the Econoline, you asked what was the second vehicle. We agreed that we wanted an American car.
All day long.
We wanted, I don't know how we came about finding it, but we both agreed that we wanted to have a badass, modified, tubbed, on the floor
Yeah,
van.
so it started out looking at Dodge A100s, which,
Yeah.
if anyone knows, look incredibly similar to these. Having a look at a few of those in America. So you're either looking at Dodge A100s or Econolines and just trying to find a good one of those.
We found a company called All City Americana, basically gave them a briefing for it, which after many vehicles came our way, this came up. We didn't really know a lot of history about it at the time, but we knew that it was a clean, solid van, so it was great for us to chop up and modify and custom. We wanted a custom van. And then it arrived, and I remember Dave, when we got there, Dave had an envelope basically saying, are you guys sure you want to buy this van? We were like, well, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. Are you sure you want to buy it? We're like, yeah, why? Because if you don't have it, I'm going to have it. No, we're definitely here. We're definitely here to pick it up. We want it. And gave us the envelope, and the envelope's got full Ford service, same dealership service history, with a second owners from new. It's done now 53,000 miles. I think it done 47 back then. It's got the original logbook. It was a dry clean and delivery van. It was on the road from 66 to 82. So the last time it was taxed is 1982. It's in the screen. The next time it came out was 2016 to be sold. We're not sure why yet, but the history with it was incredible. We just couldn't bring ourselves to chop it up. We just couldn't bring ourselves to chop it up. So it kind of lent itself to give us another voice. You know, we're a car care company that speaks to many languages, and what I mean by that, it's a 16-year-old girl that hasn't passed her test yet to a 70-year-old bloke that's got 10 Ferraris. Car enthusiast isn't a certain demographic. So we have the cop car to make the noise and to speak to, modified tuners and cool car. I say cool car owners, that's wrong because this is cool.
This gave us a chance to reach out to the classic car community even more, which is our grassroots. It's what we started in when we came to the UK, supporting the clubs.
Yeah.
And people will see us at modified shows, but what they don't realise is the majority of shows we do are classic car shows. Yeah. If that gets attention, and that gets attention, this gets respect. Because it rocks up, and it's just super clean and super tight, and people don't appreciate when something's preserved and kept. I mean, they call them survivors. I mean, there wasn't much.
This is a survivor.
Exactly that. There wasn't really much needed to do to it. We'd never do it as Mistress and say we restored it because we didn't need it.
Say we restored it. It's not.
No.
We just didn't need that.
It's so rare, I think, to find something with that level of history, that level of care.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. It's not just America, but anywhere in the world.
It had been wax oiled. What's quite rare about this one, it's the long body. It's not a long wheelbase. It's a long body on them. So it literally is an ugly duckling bolted to the back of the vehicle. The popular one of these are the shorties that are all over the world, modified, stock, everything. But what we think, when they wax oiled it, they only had the plan to wax oil a short-bodied vehicle because the only bit of snot, it wasn't even rot. The only bit of snot was on the extension, the body extension, and Ford's sell replacement knuckles for them. So rather than just try and patch it up and make it right, we just cut it away, put the new put in, And we had it was bare metal, and the shell was just incredible. Honestly, it was
they
so
even
good.
found coat hangers in the interior panels.
The seats are the original seats. They've not even been retrimmed. They're the original colours, exactly how they were. The only things we've changed in this is the rubber in the front of the screen, because the back's still the originals, and the rubber around the front door seals, just because they were perished. They were perished and they were leaking. So everything else, hangers, lights, grills, everything's all the original. It was baby blue, we've colour changed it and had it pinstriped. Even because we've been around since 1901, the address is period correct for Meguiars in America in the 60s.
So like the Crown Vic, we wanted subtle modifications. We couldn't leave it unmodified. So putting the old address on there was a real nod to our heritage and pushing the Mirror Bright range.
Yeah.
So people that don't know, we were called Mirror Bright before we were called Meguiars, and we are the Mirror Bright polishing company. So what we've done, we had it all traditionally hand painted on. This is not stickers or vinyl.
Yeah.
Simon from the Far East Pinstriping that did the work, that spun silver leaf just looks fantastic.
Yeah, so it's genuine silver leafing, and how the sign writing would have been then. So a lot of people say, oh, it's quite textured, there's quite a lot to it when you see it. It's not perfect, but that's exactly how it would have been. When we were speaking to the body shop about putting the, colour changing this, there's all the original pot rivets, there's lines from original panels where they meet. We could have got rid of all of those, but it just lost all its character. It just lost it all.
Still got the extended visors were optional extra.
Yeah.
We've
And
still
the
got the
mirror.
bubble wrap that protects them on there.
And the mirror, mirror extension and everything.
Yeah, so little things like that we just really value about the van, and to the point where I've had to resist machine polishing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look period. I want it to look a bit lumpy and a bit heavy on the paint job, because that's what we asked the guys at Reflex to do. We say, give it a strong good coat, 'cause that's what it would have had.
So you had it repainted in the style of the Mirror Bright range.
We wanted it to be a Mirror Bright delivery van. That's what it would have been. It's
bottle.
colour coded to the bottle, and having the silver leaf that matches the bottle as well. So that's exactly how the labelling would have been. A lot of people always ask, so is this now the van that carries all the stock around? Absolutely not. It's a show vehicle. It's not. I don't want to say it's not done a hard day's work, because we don't know its history, but it was a dry cleaning van. So weight-wise, it wouldn't have done a lot of pulling around. It's not going to start doing it now. It's a show vehicle. She's an old girl. She's 52. I think this has probably been the easiest, the one where we've agreed the most, because it's an old girl, really.
And we were both learning with it as well.
Absolutely.
We've both built cars in the past, but we've never done anything as reserved as this.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like a mummy van, like something you'll forever love and you'll never change.
It gets more attention on the road than either of these two. It gets more attention on the road.
Especially when you're overtaking people on a dual carriageway. And
Well, because you're holding on.
What's it like to drive?
It's truly an experience. It's pretty quick. It's the 4-litre straight six.
It's got a 4-litre engine in it.
4-litre straight six, yeah. But drum brakes all round, and I mean, you're not going to get much of it. But if a mic,
That's still rocking.
a mic can overtake you, and it's an experience. So you're finding the play all the time.
The old school movies when people are pretending to drive and they're constantly doing that.
That's this.
Driving that.
But it's fun, it's lovely, it is an experience, but I love getting in it and driving it. If I know I've got to drive somewhere in it, you take your time and you get there, but it's a true driving journey.
Did you feel like you've done the Americans? Did you feel like you've done the retro modified? Do you feel like you've done the proper classic, old school rebuild?
I think what we decided was that we got a pattern. So we'd had a modified car, a classic car, not by design originally, but by default we've kind of come out with a classic. So we wanted to do a modified vehicle again, and then we felt like we'd earn the respect of our peers across building the other two vehicles, and we wanted to do something that really excited me anyway.
Yeah. It was an adventure for us both.
This is where we had big debates.
Did you hold hands and skip off into the sunset?
That was a very quick answer.
No, he didn't. I don't know if he didn't think about that long enough. Maybe, do you want to change your answer?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
It was an education for us both.
Yes.
In friendship and in cars.
Yeah. Patience, he said then, if you didn't pick that up. Patience.
Probably not.
Yeah.